Hi, thank you for joining me today. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to my channel. Here is a Sacred Rebels guidance message for the collective this evening. I'm going to find out what message best reflects the current energy. We trust in spirit to bring us the most accurate message. So, the card also, already wanted to pop out before I began. So we've got card 18. Spirals of manifestation. Talked about these spirals, spiraling energy. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, she feels, she knows. This is our message today. Card 22. She feels, she knows. You're listening. Card 36. Listening for truth. Someone's listening. And they can recognize truth. And they hear it. So, card 22. She feels, she knows. An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentle knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honor it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You are therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now, or has just recently come. Gently but firmly from that place of knowing, intend to act and take your next steps forward. This oracle comes to you with guidance, particularly about long range or long-term developments, something that is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue or moment is of importance, although you will only have a dim sense of that possibility at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are, and how you are being helped on to the next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. You are being asked to think in terms of long-term happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions in the short term. If you can't see how the present can possibly become what you sense the future to be, this message is especially relevant. Through the natural process of transformation, great leaps are indeed possible. You simply must be prepared to surrender into the process with absolute trust. This oracle brings you specific guidance. The situations in your current life are particularly geared towards a more significant manifestation that is coming to you according to your life path and purpose. This is a stage of preparation and of building a foundation that will hold you strong and centered as your creative journey unfolds and your life path becomes ever more brilliant and luminous. So keep plugging away, remain patient, and most of all be helpful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you, for it is the light that is within you, simply revealed more fully. And all that is happening now is happening to that end. Spirals of manifestation. The creative, rebellious path of love moves in spirals. It is not linear. Sometimes our mind decides that the way forward is to take clear steps from one point to the next logical point. However, there is a genius within that can guide us on an alternative route. If there is an unnecessary pothole or delay in the typical linear path of progression, and the curved loop in the path will be quicker, more fun and more beautiful, then why not allow yourself to be guided to that path? This can happen through trust and wisdom rather than rigid adherence to what on the surface appears to be logical progression. You are in the midst of a spiral of manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it is further away than ever before. How amazing it will seem when what you have been dreaming of falls into place. Suddenly, what you have been thinking of and dreaming of will plonk into your reality, seemingly out of nowhere, because it was just around the bend, just out of view on the spiral of manifestation, and you could not see it coming. In truth, it was coming to you all along. This oracle has a message for you. Sometimes when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we are actually closer than ever before. Just one turn on the spiral loop of creation can see your manifestation taking root in the world. You must hold true to your faith and keep working on your progress. Forget about believing it when you are seeing it. Any old soul or young soul can do that. You are a bigger, braver, more ancient soul. You have enough chutzpah to believe it so that you can see it sooner, bigger and brighter. Do not give in to those who tell you it should have happened already or that you have failed. They are just suffering from a lack of patience and understanding, as well as an arrogant assumption that their notion of timing is somehow superior to the greater divine timing at play in life. Be in goodwill with yourself and the universe. All is unfolding perfectly, whether you feel it right now or not. This oracle also brings you a message about the perfect synchronicities that are taking place in your life. You may have started to notice these already. When we live from the heart, honor our creative center, and choose unlikely but lovingly rebellious ways to be in the world, we will begin to notice synchronicity every day. It is as though the universe is speaking to us intimately on all matters, which of course it is. This oracle reminds you that there is no point rushing to the bus stop. If you are way too early, you are just wasting your time. Better to live your life at a more appropriate pace and get there at the right time. You need not worry, and you don't need the anxiety that comes from rushing towards your destiny. So try not to worry quite so much about the future. You will attract what you want and need so much more enjoyably if you relax and deal with the here and now. Remember too that your life path is unfolding in harmony with the paths of others. You will meet with other people. You will meet with each other. The greatest benefit when you trust in the flow of the one great creative spiral upon which this galaxy spins. Everything is ultimately in harmony with everything else to fulfill the great big creative intent of the supreme creative force of love. You're included in that. Lucky. So, are you listening? Are you listening? Truth speaks to us constantly, but not always in words. It may communicate through a feeling that is hard to put into words, but brings an inexplicable sense of peace, trust, and the knowledge that somehow everything is going to work out perfectly, even if there is little evidence of how it is all going to happen. You are being asked to listen for the truths beneath the words rather than the superficial message of the words themselves. This is especially true for the communications of those around you, the press, the newspapers, and the mass media. You will begin to hear fear in the words and actions of those around you, even as they preach love. Listen deeper. Listen for the truth. This oracle comes with a message of truth for you. You are hearing something that is not being said, and what you are hearing is truthful. You may feel as though you are the only one that is really ready to hear or see it. Perhaps you have been working in a situation or loving in a relationship where truth is constantly denied. We live in a world where truth is frequently avoided out of fear of what it might reveal. At the basis of such actions, consciously or not, is a deep sense of unhealed toxic shame. If you or someone else is fearful that the truth will expose rather than free and heal, then some personal healing is required. It is time for letting go of old wounds in favour of a greater sense of self-love and acceptance. You are being asked to love yourself enough to honour the truth, even if you feel you are the only one doing so. Sacred rebels need truth like lungs need oxygen. Truth keeps the energy of life flowing through the rebellious heart. Lies dampen the spirit of the sacred rebel. Even if those with less awakened hearts fear the truth, you must not turn away from it. Don't resent this state of affairs. Perhaps your job is to show that truth can be witnessed even when many may want to hide from it. What others do is always their choice, but through your honourable deeds, done with integrity, you will be set free, no matter what the outcome. You are a truth seeker. Never deny or try to quieten this down to make others comfortable. You are meant to be an agitator at times, even though you don't have to confront people to do it. You don't necessarily even have to say a word, though sometimes you will. Often you will agitate in the most loving sense by unveiling truth simply through your knowledge and knowings. Hold compassion for the truths you behold. Do not use them as knives to cut another or yourself with harshness, but as the clear insight that allows one to loosen the knots that bind simply by knowing which thread to gently tug. This oracle brings you guidance. If you have been worn down and depressed by the lies, gossip, deceit, or backstabbing going on around you, don't fret. Get out in nature and spend some time communing with the infinite. Healing will come to you now, no matter how many times, in how many ways, or by how many tongues untruth is spoken. You know what you know in your sacred, rebellious heart. That truth is your connection to the living truth of life itself. Don't give up. Just open up to healing and know that the truth always, eventually, prevails. Okay. So let's close out this evening's reading with, I feel called to do 2 healing processes. I feel called to do spirals of manifestation and listening for truth. So let's do it. Are you ready? Place your hand very lightly at the front and back of your throat and say, I now release all vows of silence I have ever made, consciously or not. I now release all lies, deceptions, and painful words spoken or unspoken that are affecting my ability to clearly know and speak my truth. I am held in unconditional love with protection and grace. So be it. You have now finished your healing process. You might like to say something true just to anchor it. How about, within me, beyond all that rises and falls, only truth remains. So, one more healing process. Spirals of manifestation. Spirals. So if you would like to take part, then please say this following statement aloud. We're also called to repeat it as needed. So perhaps, let's see how it goes. We might need to say it 3 times. I feel called to the 3. Say, spirals of creation, spirals of light. You bring my manifestation to life. I trust in your wisdom and in your grace. Help me be wise and keep the faith. Okay, again. Spirals of creation, spirals of light. You bring my manifestation to life. I trust in your wisdom and in your grace. Help me be wise and keep the faith. One more time. Spirals of creation, spirals of light. You bring my manifestation to life. I trust in your wisdom and in your grace. Help me be wise and keep the faith. So thank you everybody for joining me this evening. I truly do appreciate you. I do hope that you have found this message helpful this evening. Much love. I'll see you next time.